Nevada. They slash his face. They even mutilate his body, contaminate him.
It's too early in the morning. Too early in the morning. Mr. Dene.
I was hoping for another moment of silence so I could collect some thoughts, so I could remember what I was going to say. I'm normally semi-extemporaneous, but sometimes when distractions become involved in my life, it's hard to concentrate. On top of that, it's probably hard for the audience to concentrate and take Sam's words seriously, because sometimes Sam has a tendency to be, flippant and maybe even humorous, but basically everything that Sam says is serious stuff. Sam is an Air Force Academy graduate. He spent many years flying fighters and bombers. Sam has been at virtually every single city council meeting since the good times, since 1994. And Sam was the chairman of the Pan Am New York Pilots Union for a couple of years back in the 80s. Sam once came up with an idea when he was a pilot in the Air Force, that has saved the nation over $1 billion, and Sam did this all alone. $1 billion, a technique for how to handle the flying of the B-52 bomber. Sam is an idea man, and there's no question about it, and Sam's not here to say, he told you so all through these years and years. Back in the good times, Sam warned you about many of the frivolous spending that you undertook. Maybe you thought it was serious at the time, but I'm sure that you wish you could have some of those purchases back as the perfectly good city council. And I'm not trying to be a curmudgeon, but we have a perfectly good city hall sitting over there empty, and we're in these lavish chambers that are not really necessary, but I'm not really going there. One thing I want to say is relative to the concept of laying any Reno workers off. Sam's idea with Pan Am was let the workers, the pilots in that case, vote on whether or not you want layoffs or proportionate cutbacks. After you folks and the budget people decide how much money is missing from the budget, tell them how much is needed to save and let the workers decide. And if they decide to take proportionate pay cuts, guarantee them there will be no layoffs. And what you should all do yourselves is promise to take the same size layoff. The mayor, I think he nodded his head, or were you falling asleep? I'm not really sure. Yeah, he nodded his head. He agreed with me. Secondly, we've got this thing called the CAFR, the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report. I haven't looked at it lately, but the last time I looked in there was something on the order of $200 million that was sitting in there collecting interest, money that came in from bonds and taxes and stuff, and just stayed in there. Go in there and take some of that money out, and I think the workers should take a look at that as well as you should. And by the way, if there's going to be any layoffs, and we ought to give more thanks to Senator Reid, because if he hadn't brought in all the work and the jobs, there'd be more layoffs possibly. If there's anybody to be laid off, anybody should be laid off. You know who should be laid off first? Those folks who call themselves the media.
Thank you very much. Close the